What's up, guys? Of course, this is Season 5, Episode 1. We are just coming off of Battlebowl, and now we have main event. Battlebowl. I love Battlebowl. I think it's a good show. That was the appetizer to the main course.
I thought you were about to say that was a disaster.
That was a disaster. No, that was the appetizer to the main course. I gotta tell you, I know how much work Justin behind the scenes has been putting into this Rumble. I have no idea what's about to happen, and I'm excited for it, Justin. And now I'll let you take it away. Justin has stage fright. He's afraid to speak.
Unbelievable. I had my mic on mute. Unbelievable.
I was like, I hear Justin talking.
Chad, this is your favorite pay-per-view that I run, right?
It really is. I love the Royal Rumble.
By far. This is my least favorite. I'm joking. This is my favorite one that I also do because I like to put a lot of work into this one, Chad. I like to put a lot of work.
Yeah, it's the Royal Rumble.
It's the Royal Rumble. You know, it's full of surprises. Who is going to win the Rumble? Who is going to etch their name into history? And main event WrestleMania. Whoa, God, what is this? 19? This is WrestleMania 19 coming up, Chad. WrestleMania 19. That was Hogan Rock and no, it was Hogan. The last.
No, Hogan Rock was 18.
Yeah, so it's the last Rock and Austin one then.
Yeah.
At was it Safe?
What was Hulk doing at this Mania?
Probably
was this the one where he fought Vince McMahon?
I blacked that out if that really happened. Chad,
Hulk Hogan versus Vince McMahon definitely happened.
All right, one man on this roster will etch their name alongside 5 other Royal Rumble winners in this save, which include The Undertaker, who won it in 1998. We had The Rock win it in 1999. We had the infamous run of Sean Stasiak.
He will not be in it.
In 2000, right here, Sean Stasiak headlined with Eddie Guerrero defeating Vince for the world title. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ, I forgot. What? We both blocked out Vince McMahon matches from our brains, both in game and in real life.
Dude, let's look at these cards, because this is so fun to look at how far we've come. On the pre-show and Royal Rumble 2000, Test over Big Boss Man, Farouk over Lenny Lane, Roadkill and Steve Wright over the ICP. Rock over Edge. That was a classic matchup between two guys that were the final 2 of the Rumble prior. Where Rock threw out Edge to win it. Liger defeating Mystico to retain the light heavyweight championship. We saw Lex Luger defeating Sid Vicious.
Total cable package showing the blows. TCP, baby.
Firehouse defeating Stash and Stud, which is Firehouse is Sultan and Joey Matthews. Kid Cash over Taka. Christian Cage over Mark Marrow. Ace Steel over Ultimo Dragon. Billy Gunn over Booker T. Eddie and Vince in the co-main, and Stasiak winning to go on to defeat Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania.
Billy Gunn over Booker T's crazy too.
2001, Chad. Takako retaining the WWF Women's title over Kana. Godfather defeating Bam Bam. Road Dogg winning the pre-show bout. Eddie over PJ Black to start the show. Eddie always being the champion at Royal Rumble. Randy defeating Teddy Hart to retain both the IC and European Championship. Perry Saturn over Kid Cash. Second City States over the Kings of the Mountain, Frankie Kazarian and Jimmy Jacobs. Randy Savage over Jamie Noble's crazy.
Sensei versus the student.
That's crazy. Chris Sabin to win the light heavyweight championship over Mystico Evans and Amazing Red. Rap Boys over the La Resistance. Coleman, The Rock defeating the Mark Henry to retain the WWF championship. And Brock Lesnar would win the Royal Rumble in his debut Rumble and beat Rock at WrestleMania. And then last year's Rumble in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Chad, you remember this one. You remember it so nicely. Brock defeating Angle, Randy over Tyson, Sean DeVarley over yourself for the European Championship.
He cheated.
La Resistance defeating Kane and Snitsky. We saw China defeat Aja Kong, John Cena defeating Rhino, Dynamo taking on the Second City States. Austin and Rock was your co-main, and Taker winning the Rumble and then defeating Austin at WrestleMania. Chad, what is your early prediction right now for the Royal Rumble.
I've talked to Justin. I've spoke with Justin. I think that's the proper grammar there. I spoke with Justin a lot about who I thought was going to win the Rumble. I think I've given him like 3 or 4 different names.
All right.
I woke up.
Keep that name to yourself. We'll talk to you about it when we get to it, Chad. We're here live at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Chad, we got a massive card here. We're gonna go over because the TVs aren't on the channel anymore. We got a lot of storytelling to talk about. You can see the card right here: Vince and Angle, Taker and Lover. We got the Rumble: Orton and Alex Wright, Masawa and Jun Akiyama, and Edge and Christian taking on the CMLL Tag Team Champions Apollo Dantes and Shocker. Also, the Women's Rumble I could not pre-book because I had to bring up people from FCW to fill out the match itself. So you want to get it right into it, Chad? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's just jump right in. I'm 2003. So ready.
Let's get into the show. We start off with the WWE pre-show Battle Royal for the pre-show championship. 50 men, Chad. 50 guys in this Battle Royal to start it off. And you already can see who won. Sting WWF has eliminated everyone. Doug Basham being that final guy. And Sting WWF is the new pre-show champion.
God, it's Sting! It's Sting back on!
By God, is that Sting?
It's the icon Sting, by God, in the flesh.
Sting, what a win for him. There's a lot of guys in this. Everyone that really wasn't in a match, I think 98% of the roster's on the card tonight. So it's good to see everyone get a little Rumble payday. And it's good to see Sting WWF in the winner's circle. The final 4 were Sting himself, Doug Basham, King Iakea, and Just Incredible. Doug Basham being the final elimination, and he got the most eliminations over the course of the match. Of course he did. He's the GOAT, Chad. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. I forgot to take a picture of the card itself, but we're just going to roll. We got another pre-show match, though, Chad. Got another pre-show match. 2 guys that are just too good. 2 guys that were... One guy who was hurt leading up into the qualifying matches, into the road to the Rumble, so he wasn't actually in a spot to qualify for the Rumble. So he's in a match tonight against a man who's on a losing streak over the last couple of weeks. We saw him lose. And then his Bloodline members came out and just continuously chopped him out of frustration and disappointment on letting the Bloodline leader, the tribal chief Rhino, down. It's El Hijo del Santo taking on Kishi in our pre-show main event. And Chris Devine did bruise his eye socket after Ernest Miller poked it a little too hard.
You're poke of doom, brother.
And El Hijo del Santo will win in 1017 with the La de Caballo. Unfortunate we couldn't...
This is the sound of them chopping his chest.
Well, Rhino, unfortunately for Kishi, actually, Rhino is getting ready for the Royal Rumble match that will be taking on in our main event tonight. El Santo, it's unfortunate that we couldn't see him because he is electric in the ring, and it could have been a great time for him. We start off, though, with a hype package, Chad. We see guys like Triple H who will be in the Rumble. We see Orton and Alex Wright facing off against each other for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. We see John Cena, Chavo Guerrero, C.W. Anderson, all in the Royal Rumble representing SmackDown. And we see on the right-hand side, we see that recap of Masawa and Akiyama for the WWE Championship. The main event, or not the main event, but the SmackDown Championship. It's going to be one heck of a show. And we're going to start off, Chad, with the Women's Royal Rumble match, the inaugural, historic Women's Rumble match. And Lita is out to watch this opening match at ringside at the announcing desk. Chad, I'm going to be honest with you. I spent a long time writing the script for the men's one. I did not want to do that for the women's one. I'm not an asshole. We're just going to go over the entrance order, Chad. The entrance order. We do know a couple weeks on Raw, a couple weeks ago, Chigusa Nagayo won the number 30 spot in the Fatal 4-Way. She will come out number 30. Chad, who's your pick here?
I am going to pick. I think you give it to somebody like Mickey James. Mickey James is my pick.
The first ever women's champion.
I think she also wins the first ever Rumble.
All right. Well, we start
because
Go ahead.
She kind of won the belt back when the belt was kind of like
Don't say it.
up and coming, and Mickey James herself was kind of up and coming, and so I think this could re-solidify her as, hey, I'm actually the top woman of this division. I won the first championship. I won the first Rumble. So that's my pick.
That is a good. That's a good guess. She has a late entrance here. Number 1, we start off with Mischief, Chad. What do you know about Mischief?
Ooh. Listen, I'm big friends with the Chiff family, and Mischief is my favorite person of that family.
The Chiff family.
The Chiff family.
Number 2
Loki gave Justin an idea.
Ayako Hamada comes out at number 2. Number 3, Chad's picking the Women's Invitational back in the day. Jackie Gata comes out at number 3.
I forgot about Jackie Gata. Did I change of picks?
How could you forget about Jackie Gata? She's coming out at number 3. She does some damage to Mischief and Ayako. Before anyone comes out, it's our UK Developmental Women's Champion, Melanie Freebush. And the crowd...
Hell yeah!
The crowd goes silent for Melanie Freebush.
Melanie Freebush, baby!
Freebird! Play Freebird! She gets immediately tossed by Jackie Gata. Charmel comes out, Chad, at number 5. Former Queen of the Ring. WCW's legend Charmel comes out. Number 6 is Tori Wilson. She comes out. I think she was former WCW, correct?
She is a former WCW wrestler, correct?
Perfect.
I think she's had one of the worst matches of all time for us.
Oh my God, she got like a 2, didn't she?
Yeah. I think that might have been the match where we watched someone get a 0. I'm not gonna lie, I think she might have gotten a 0.
It was like her and Stacy.
Yeah. Dude, the match got like a 12.
Number 7, Amber O'Neil comes out, Chad.
Ooh. Bullet Babe. Isn't that Gallows' wife in real life?
Brother, you're asking the wrong guy. Number 8, Kayoko Inro, Takako's family member? Question mark? Chad?
That's sick if that's true.
Number 9, TNA legend Gail Kim comes out, Chad.
Oh, Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, Chad. Number 10.
She might win.
Number 10. Alicia Webb comes out, Chad. Number 10, Alicia Webb. At this point, Melanie Freebush is gone. Mischief is gone. Amber O'Neil is gone as well. Number 11, Jillian Hall. Chad, one of your favorite entrance musics of all time.
Oh.
Sing it for us. Come on.
You know you want mine. You got my feelings, but you can't hide.
Jillian Hall comes out, and for that song alone, she gets tossed like Santino Marella by Jackie Gata.
Remember when she had that disgusting growth on her neck?
Dude, remember when Boogeyman ate it off of her?
Ate it? Yeah.
Oh. I want a woman.
I threw up.
Oh, I'm going to throw up thinking about it. Speaking of throw up, number 12, Kaira Maeda comes out. 13, Mercedes Martinez. Chad, what do you know about Mercedes Martinez?
Mercedes Martinez, I know she's number 13th in the inaugural Women's Rumble.
All right, number 10 is Alicia.
I don't really remember her doing much in WWF since then. But
she's been in developmental, brother. Alicia Webb has now been tossed out by Gail Kim. Number 14, Angel Johnson, another developmental wrestler. Number 15, her tag team partner, Angel Williams. The Angels, Chad.
Oh.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Oh, God, it's the beautiful person, Angel Williams.
Number 16, Allison Danger. But Danger is now picking up because Orcon scored on Colorado again. It's now 35-0 in the first half. Allison Danger is number 16. Number 17 is Linda Miles, and she comes out like a house on fire, burning everyone to the ground. She throws out Tori Wilson, she throws out Hamada, and she throws out both Angels, Chad.
Oh, wow. Who does this?
Linda Miles. latest
Linda
tag team
Miles,
partner.
baby. Yeah, Linda Miles.
Number 18, Ric Flair's illegitimate child,
Daughter?
Maria Flair, is coming out, Chad.
Maria Flair. Woo!
She's a hardcore wrestler, and that's all. That's all I have on her. She's a graduate of the WWE Dojo. Number 19, Bonnie Maxon comes out. At this point, Allison Danger has been thrown out by Linda Miles. She is on a absolute tear. Gladys Thompson is number 20, Chad. What do you know about Gladys Thomas?
Oh, God, it's Gladys Thomas.
She's a...
That's Drax favorite in the hearts of the women's division.
She's a WWE Dojo graduate as well, and she throws out Bonnie Maxon and Maria Flair.
Oh, man. 2 at once.
Number 21 is Miss Ito. I've renamed her to Miss Ito. She's a secretary for Cutie Suzuki. She's her hired gun at this point. She throws out Gladys Thomas.
Oh, Gladys, no!
Number 22, Yuki Miyazaki comes out, and she starts going after Miss Ito because Cutie Suzuki and Miyazaki have been fighting over down in FCW and WWF Heat, or WWE Heat. At this point, Gail Kim has been thrown out by Mercedes Martinez. And then after that, Mercedes Martinez gets thrown out by Jackie Gata. Number 23, we were just speaking about the rivalry itself. Cutie Suzuki comes out and dumps both Miss Ito and Miyazaki, Chad. Oh, no, we can't. You can't yell that.
Dumping him out of the Rumble.
Number 24, FCW Women's Champion Rebecca Knox comes out, Chad.
Oh, man.
The man. She comes out like a house of fire. I said house on fire earlier. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, she just busts to her knees and starts screaming in pain.
She comes in. Number 25 at this point, Mickie James comes out, Chad.
Woo! Here we go.
And she goes right after Sharmell. She's got an issue with Sharmell, saying, Sharmell kept saying on WWF.com that she was better than Mickie James. If she was around in WWF, the women's title would actually have respect. And Mickie James dumps out Sharmell when she jumps into the ring. Jackie Gata has also thrown out Miss Maeda as well. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the ring, 7 people in the ring. As number 26 comes out, it's Miko Satomura, Chad.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here she goes. And she goes in and just starts beating and submitting people, putting people in arm locks. Number 27 comes out. It's Akira Hokoda, who, again, does the same thing. He starts beating the shit out of Miko Satomura. They have a little beef themselves. Kyoko Ino has been tossed out by Linda Miles at this point as well. So out of the first 15 people in, Jackie Gata is the only one still in. She came out at number 3. She's still in the ring. Number 28, the lights go out. It's spooky music as Kana just, the lights come up and Kana's already in the ring.
Oh,
and
listen,
then
Kana's a sleeper. I think Kana could win this too.
Kana just starts roundhouse kicking people in the face. She dumps Mickie James out of the ring. Sorry, Chad.
You can already hear Jim Ross being like, "Is Kana gonna follow in the footsteps of the Undertaker?"
She's with Kane, so why would she do that?
Well, listen, Kane and Undertaker have connections as well.
Yeah. Number 29, Chad, is everyone's personal favorite. It's Toshi Umatsu, Chad.
Toshi Umatsu,
and
baby.
She comes out and lays out everyone and then sits in the ring like Aleister Black waiting for number 30, her tag team partner Chigusa Nagayo, and all things go to hell when those two are in the ring. They start destroying everyone. Out goes Rebecca Knox. Out goes Akira. No, not Akira. Linda Miles is gone. And Chad Satomura is also gone. We're down to 5. Oh, Cutie's also is gone as well. We're down to 5. It's Akira Okada, Kana, Toshi Umatsu, Chigusa Nagayo, and Jackie Gata. Wow. Jackie Gata, an Iron Woman in this match. From number 3 to the final 5. You got to give her some respect.
Jackie Gator. Clap, 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 clap.
Jackie Gator throws out Akira Hokoto to the apron, and she's about to run back. She jumps off the rope. She bounces off the rope to hit her with a big boot, and she hits the ropes. Toshi and the Chigusa, they pounce on her like Monty Brown, and then they dump out Jackie Gator. We are down to our final 4. Hokoto, Kana, Toshi, and Nagayo. Kana eliminates Hokoto, who's still on the apron. Nagayo and Toshi team up to eliminate Kana. We're down to Toshi and Chigusa Nagayo. Number 29 and number 30. How original, the first one. But after these two friends brawl and they have an unbelievable fight to determine the number 1 women's Rumble winner. Let's see. Chigusa Nagayo has won the Royal Rumble in 12 seconds. What a match. What a match.
Yeah, huge.
Chigusa
big
Nagayo,
win for Nagayo
will go to WrestleMania 19 to take on Lita for the WWF Women's Championship, Chad.
Listen, first match of WrestleMania. Booked right there.
First one booked. Oh, not Toshi. Toshi hasn't done it. Nagayo has done it. What is Toshi doing here?
Oh, God, that's a lie!
Whoopsie. And Lita stares down Toshi Umatsu.
Toshi has everyone fooled, including the champion.
who
watched ringside.
I may have forgot to change that because I remember in
We got ourselves a 3-way.
All right, let's start the second big match of the night. It's Latin Lover versus The Undertaker, Chad. This match has it's for the chip. And if you don't remember what the chip was, Team SmackDown won a brand versus brand 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match back in November. The winner got a chip. The team got a chip. The brand got a chip. That chip gave you the number 30 Royal Rumble entrance. And now we saw C.W. Anderson won it at first. Then Paul London and Brian Kendrick won in a tag or 3-on-3 match. Kendrick technically got the pin. So he was the chip holder for 1 week until Armageddon, where Undertaker beat him for the chip. And Undertaker said he's not letting this chip go. But coming into this month, Latin Lover, whose best friend Mystico got hurt, said he was going to win the Rumble no matter what, because he wanted to not only win, he wanted to make sure Chavo Guerrero didn't win, right? He wanted to make sure Chavo didn't win. So he had to do what he had to do to be in the Rumble, and he stole the Undertaker's chip. Taker was not happy about it. Eric Bischoff demanded Latin Lover a couple weeks ago to give back the chip, but Taker looks at Bischoff and says, no, I'm going to take it from his dead hands. And that's what has led to this match. Taker's really upset because last week on the go home, Latin Lover slashed the Undertaker's tires on his motorcycle, Chad. Taker's baby, his love and joy.
That's one thing you don't do.
His love and joy, Latin Lover slashed it. So there is some legit shoot heat right here. It's Latin Lover and The Undertaker. The number 30 Royal Rumble chip is on the line. Chad, who will win and walk into the Rumble with the greatest odds to win the match? Will it be The Undertaker, or will it be that dirty bastard Latin Lover?
I am going to go with
your
Undertaker.
first prediction of the year, Chad.
Yes, I'm going to go with The Undertaker.
All right, let me write this down. January. Chad will go with The Undertaker. Well, these guys have a back and forth match, Chad, but there's a reason why the Taker, the dead man, is a 2-time Rumble winner. He gets the job done when he needs to. A Latin Lover, though, makes it elaborate. I forgot. This is where not taking pictures of the card is going to come and hurt me, because I forgot to put entrances for a lot of people this year. The Undertaker rides out in his brand new, never before seen coffin bike, Chad.
Ooh,
it's a coffin as a frame, a newly made, because Latin Lover destroyed his last one. But you are right.
To be honest with you.
But you are right. The Undertaker does defeat Latin Lover in a long match in 1943 with a chokeslam. Both of these men have to wrestle later on tonight. So the fact that this went 19 minutes, this hurts Latin Lover a lot because he went long.
I was going to say, it really hurts Latin Lover because unlike him, Taker now can rest.
Taker can rest for a while. Latin Lover, a 20-minute match, and now he has to start the Rumble at number 1. That's not going to be good. I am actually going to move this over for a second, Jen. All right, I'm going to move this over so I can take a picture of the card, so I know what's going on. Because it's gonna. Just want to make sure I have everything. Okay, I'm good. Let's go back to. We'll go to continue show, and it'll say the Undertaker. He has the chip, Chad. He will enter the Rumble number 30. What an advantage for him. What an advantage for The Undertaker. Chad, what match do you want to see next?
What match do I want to see next?
Yeah. I'll let you pick.
I want to see the WWF Championship match next.
Too bad. It's going to be the tag team belts on the line, Chad. Edge and Christian taking on the CMLL Tag Team Champions, Apollo, Dantes, and Shocker. Now, we look back at the history books. Edge and Christian, Chad, when did they win the belts last? When did they get these belts? Do you remember?
Oh, God. It's been a long time.
Yes, SummerSlam 2002. They won the belts back for the third time, defeating Dean Malenko and Nick Gage in a historic match. A match that it was supposed to be Bryan Danielson. He tore his ACL right before that match. Nick Gage stepped up, and unfortunately, they lost the belts because of it. Edge and Christian, we've touted them as the greatest tag team in this save. They've done it all. They've beaten them all. Look, even on the Raw Super Show 4 weeks ago, they beat the TNA Tag Team Champions, Ruckus and Lance Hoyt, or the FCW Tag Team Champions. They've done it all. A couple weeks ago, Edge and Christian, they were having a coronation or a celebration because they were going to pick their next opponents. And during that, Gabriel Burton and Dylan Martin, it sounded like Edge and Christian were talking about them the whole time. Young upstarts, kids that have a great future. Martin and Burton stood up, and Edge and Christian said, Shocker and Apollo from CMLL, and they were devastated. And ever since then, they feel like, the last couple of weeks where Edge and Christian were doing scouting reports and taking trips down to Mexico to see these guys wrestle and scout them out and take notes and do whatever. Gabriel Burton, and they're getting complacent right now. They're getting a little antsy that their time is now. And Chris Jericho, last week we saw on TV, Jericho has noticed that Burton and Martin have become a little bit of annoyed by this, that they have been overlooked once again by their own friends, Edge and Christian. And Jericho told them on the go home, look, your time is coming. Just wait. Just wait it out, boys. Your time is coming. Edge and Christian and Apollo and Shocker. Chad, who do you got in this match?
Oh, I got Edge and Christian.
Edge and Christian. Here comes Apollo and Shocker, Chad, wearing their nice CMLL little logos in the background. Apollo struggled going off script. What are you fucking going off script for? Out come the Usos, the United Canadian Empire. Edge, Christian, Jericho, Teddy, Dylan, and Gabriel. Chad has Edge and Christian going over. And Chad, you would be right. As Edge and Christian, Edge pulling out of hundreds, baby. Edge and Christian defeating Apollo and Shocker in 22:08 when Edge hits. Chad, what does he hit?
That missile drop kick,
yes,
baby.
Yes, sir. He hits the missile drop kick. And Christian makes this defense number 3 of the WWE World Tag Team Championships. I got to move my phone over here so I can read that. What's up next? All right. A big win for these guys, Chen. A big win.
Big win?
A big win. And then
what teams are next? What's next? What's next for Edge and Christian?
I don't know. We get, oh boy, Chad. What is up next, Chad, other than the Chicago street fight between Kurt Angle and the boss himself, Vince McMahon?
Vince McMahon has like
He loves
weird streak of wrestling at Royal Rumble.
He loves wrestling at the Rumble. Look, this rivalry is probably the longest running rivalry in maybe the save. This has been taking place since June, Chad. June, where Kurt Angle and PJ Black started their epic fights, their epic matches, fighting for that vacated world title when Alex Wright went back to Hollywood to film Seinfeld. Remember, all the hype, all the crowd was cheering for Kurt Angle to win the WWE Championship. I remember you being so excited. Come on, Kurt, pull it out for once. And he did it at SummerSlam. He defeated PJ Black to win the vacated or the interim World Heavyweight Championship. And then right before the show went off air, Vince McMahon came out and said, nah, and stripped him because the board of directors said he cheated. He stripped him of the belt. And ever since then, Kurt Angle, this is his duty now. He's gone one by one through the Black McMahon dynasty, slaying Psychosis, Mark Henry, PJ Black, and he just defeated Shane McMahon. And now Vince said if they can't do it himself, they can't do it right, he'll do it himself. And he has called out Kurt Angle, and he says this is going to end once and for all. Chicago street fight, Kurt Angle, Vince McMahon, the boss versus the hoss. Who do you got?
Well, I think, there's only one other person left on this list if Kurt beats Vince, and that's the WrestleMania match between Kurt and Steph.
Well, remember, Linda was around for a hot minute, too.
True. Cool. Well, then Elimination Chamber will be Linda versus Kurt. Go ahead. I'm going to pick Kurt Angle here.
Chad will go Kurt Angle. The whole Black McMahon dynasty, they all come out. They're gonna play a part in this match for sure, right? I mean, there's not a shot in a no DQ match.
You think Vince isn't gonna have the numbers game here?
Yeah. Kurt Angle makes that elaborate entrance. He comes out to the ring. It's Kurt and Vince, and they fight all over the place. But Chad, after countless interferences, countless numbers game against Kurt Angle, people going through tables, people being bloodied open. Stephanie took an insane bump where she took a angle slam off the apron onto the floor, Chad. It was a disgusting bump.
Oh my
disgusting.
God. And my God, someone check on Stephanie McMahon.
Vince, he was bloodied up. He was so pissed off, but Kurt Angle defeats Vince McMahon, tapping him out in the middle of the ramp, the stage, Chad, of the Royal Rumble. Kurt Angle wins over Vince McMahon, tapping the boss out. What does this mean for Kurt Angle now? Has he finally gotten rid of the Black McMahon dynasty?
I mean, you have to assume, right?
You would have,
unless Linda and Stephanie want to team up. Like, I feel like there's nothing left to do. If I'm Kurt Angle, there's only one thing I want to do now.
Now, the fact that I made this a cinematic match saved it a little bit because Vince can't really. What?
Noticed that.
Yeah, this was a cinematic.
I just
match.
noticed that. Yeah. I like that.
Kurt Angle though taps out Vince McMahon. Vince got a 62. Not bad for Vince at an old age.
No.
Angle 99 is the only reason this match was good. Kurt Angle, bloody to all hell, has defeated the boss. And now we go to commercial. We see our sponsorships for the night: Viagra, Stacker 2, NASCAR, and the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know why they have sponsored Royal Rumble in Chicago, but they did, Chad. They did.
That was nice.
But now, speaking of love, Chad, the ring is decorated into a wedding chapel because we have the wedding of Scott Steiner and Chyna up next.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love is in the air in the Royal Rumble. I know the canvas is still covered in blood, but we're here. Wow, this is gonna do well. Scott only has one best man, and that's Rick Steiner, Chad. Rick Steiner. Chyna has nobody. She doesn't have a best woman. She actually has a best woman. She's her sister, Mongolia. And the priest goes through everything. They read their vows. And, what do they say, Chad? What do they say? Does anyone have any, can anyone object? Is that what they say?
Yeah, if anybody has any reason why these two should not be wed, speak now and forever hold your peace.
And they're about to, and then someone's music hits, Chad.
Oh, hell yeah.
I object! Out. Oh, wait. This is it. And then out come the Rat Boys.
Hell yeah! Oh. Hang on! I object to this sham of a marriage.
Go ahead. You're doing it. You're the.
You see, Scott. You come around here. The only thing that you're married to, the only thing that you're in love with, is steroids and bad wrestling. And China, you have downgraded from Scott Steiner because you had this specimen of a man. Now, I know me and Fig, we haven't seen eye to eye, but when I watched the love of his life walk out on him for Mr. Muscles over there, man, it made me sick to my stomach.
Thank you, Chad.
Steiner would say something like, "Who in the hell is this guy?
I just so fucking red. I'll bend him and crush him like a stick." And Fig and Chad come out and they beat down Scott while China's crying. China's crying as her dream wedding is ruined because of the Rat Boys.
Can I hit the rat trap on Mongolia too?
You actually take Mongolia away in your arms.
Come on!
Come on, baby. The wedding. The dream wedding. It's over. It's over. We go back to Jim Ross and Michael Cole and Coachman. They talk about and hype up everyone for this next match. The WWF Championship is on the line. It's Misawa and Akiyama. A match we've seen plenty of times in All Japan Pro Wrestling. We see it here live in Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Misawa, he joined WWE in November 2001, Chad. And look, after being the ace of All Japan for so long, and American fans only knew him when he came in from either tape trading of All Japan or his shitty little lackluster matches in WCW. He immediately came in, though, and made an impact. To this day, right, Chad? Never lost a match in WWE. Never has lost a match. In July 2002, the landscape changed when he formed the Final Bosses with Jim Cornette, Shinya Hashimoto, and Satoshi Kojima. And they've been carded as the most dominant stable in all of professional wrestling history. The Final Bosses of professional wrestling history, professional wrestling. But in late 2002, this man, Jun Akiyama, the new ace of All Japan Pro Wrestling, Misawa's rival in the late 1990s, he signs with WWE with one thing on his mind, and that's beating Misawa. Something he couldn't do in All Japan. He's come here to do it here. Week 1 of 2003, the first SmackDown of the year, he beat Don Frye to become the new #1 contender to fight Misawa here at the Rumble. And Cornette has spent the last couple weeks trying to warn him, right? Showing tapes on the screen of Misawa beating Akiyama over and over on All Japan TV. And so this is going to happen again, June. Do not do this. Reconsider everything. And it led to the contract signing where Misawa, Kojima, and Hashimoto all put Akiyama through the table. And Misawa signing the contract on Akiyama's unconscious body. It all leads up to this match right here. A match that people have called a dream match here in the WWE. It's Misawa and Jun Akiyama. Chad, who do you got?
As impressive as Jun Akiyama is, I'm still going to go with Misawa.
He's going to still go with Misawa, Chad. He's still going to go Blue Thunder. Jun Akiyama comes out. Misawa and Cornette. No Hashimoto and Kojima tonight. It's just Misawa and Cornette. And Chad, in an exceptional match. Misawa does defeat him in 29-38 with the Tiger. 199 is unreal to not get 100.
That's insane.
In 29-38 with a Tiger Driver, Misawa again wins. He's now 20-0 in the WWE, defeating Akiyama in a match that Dave Meltzer will call 4.5 stars because he hates. Well, he could probably call it 5-star. He probably call it 5-star. It's Misawa. What a match, though, Chad.
He loves Misawa.
What a match, Misawa. Who will beat him? Will anyone ever beat this guy? The final ball. He is living up to his name. 20-0 in the WWE. He's beaten the best. No one. I don't think anyone can beat him other than me, Chad Collier. And now
Chad Collier is the narrator of the pay-per-view too.
and then Hashimoto and Kojima come out and they celebrate. Well, they don't really celebrate. They just do their final boss pose in the ring. And now, Chad, our co-main event. Alex Wright versus Randy Orton, Chad. The self-proclaimed future of the WWE against Mr. Hollywood himself. I'm not talking about Hulk Hogan. I'm talking about Alex Wright, Chad. The movie star. Randy Orton, 2002 Wrestler of the Year. He was on an unbelievable hot streak. All kicked off with a Hell in a Cell victory over Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2002. And ever since then, he's only got one loss. It was a tag team match where he was counted out with Mike Tyson against Alex Wright. And since then, Randy Orton has been touted. He's touting himself as the self-proclaimed future of the WWE, beating guys like Booker T, Chris Jericho, Teddy Hart, and Triple H. And it led to the Raw Super Show, the end of 2002, where he defeated Alex Wright for that WWE Championship. Alex Wright came out and demanded a rematch on the first night of 2003, the first Raw. And Randy Orton revealed to the crowd that Alex Wright has got a contract to go star in his own movie in a couple of months, and spent the next couple of weeks trying to figure out what Alex Wright's intentions are. Is his heart in the ring, or is his heart in Hollywood? Is his heart in fame and popularity and girls? Or is Randy Orton... This is his life. This is his blood, he says. This is what my family has done. My father, my grandfather. I'm a third-generational superstar. You are just a flash in a pan. And when you're going to leave again and again and again, it's time for someone to hold this belt in the Federation and not leave over and over to do some dumb movies or Seinfeld. And Alex Wright says no. He says his heart and his blood is in WWE, and he is going to prove it at the Royal Rumble. And now that's where we're at right now, Chad. It's Alex Wright, Randy Orton. Who do you have, Chad?
I think this is going to be a banger, by the way. That being said, I have to go with the movie star himself. I'm going with Alex Wright.
Alex Wright to win the belt back after Randy just won it. I like it. Randy Orton, Alex Wright. Randy Orton, your champion. Alex Wright, the challenger. Alex Wright comes out first to Seinfeld's music. The fans love him, Chad. He is the most popular man in all of wrestling. Randy Orton gets booed the entire time. Boo. But in an exceptional, unbelievable match, a rematch we have seen, Randy Orton defeats Alex Wright in 28-30 with a punt kick and makes this defense number 1 of the WWE Championship.
Right in the head.
I remember this match didn't do this well the last time. One of them, the psychology's not where it needs to be, but it doesn't matter. Randy Orton, 93-99 is still unreal.
Right, 86 is still good.
Yeah, it's still good. Randy Orton defeats Alex Wright, though, in 28-30. And, Randy Orton does it. He remains world champion. So at this point, going into the Rumble, the champions are still the same. It is still Misawa and Randy Orton. One of these men will defend their championship in the main event of WrestleMania 19 because we have the Royal Rumble up next, Chad.
Oh, God, here's the history of the Rumble. And then We just cut to everything Justin said earlier.
Yeah, we're Taker, Rock, Stasiak, Brock, Taker. We have all won it. Jim Duggan winning the first one. Hogan winning. He threw out Earthquake once to win one. Like, it's unreal, the history behind this Rumble and what it means to elevate people's career. We saw Shawn Stasiak win the Rumble in 2000 and headline WrestleMania 16 with Eddie Guerrero. And got our first 100 of the save. That match got our first 100. Yeah. So that's what it could do for someone tonight. Will it be a young up-and-coming star? Could it be a guy on a roll the last couple of weeks like Tajiri or C.W. Anderson? What about a well-established superstar like Triple H or Chris Jericho? Or could it be someone on their last legs, maybe their final Royal Rumble appearance? Like Ric Flair, Chad. So many options. There's mysteries. It could be someone we haven't seen on TV in a while. Someone from developmental. A new debut from a different company. There's so many options, so many potential outcomes of this match, and we're ready to get this started. Welcome, Chad, to the Royal Rumble match.
Oh, I can't wait.
We are live here at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois, in front of 18,500 people. Someone tonight will outlast 29 other men and, well, not women, because that was earlier, to lock in their spot at I can't say that word. Why did I write it down?
Immortality!
There we go. Someone tonight is going to main event the granddaddy of them all, the Super Bowl of wrestling, WrestleMania 19. We've already seen the highlights of previous winners, including Jim Duggan, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, Shawn Stasiak, Brock Lesnar, and last year's two-time champion, The Undertaker. Taker himself, he's looking to go back-to-back. Something that has only been done twice before in WWE history. Chad, can you name the other two people that have won the Rumble back-to-back years?
Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold.
Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels.
Oh, okay.
Got one. I like it.
I got one. I thought Stone Cold was a back-to-back winner.
He was, but remember, we started in 1997, so that took away one from him.
Oh, okay, correct.
Or 98. Damn. 98, sorry. Right. Taker comes out at number 30. We know that tonight because his chip, the advantage, he took out Latin Lover, who will come out number one, and his entrance music starts right now. Latin Lover is your number one superstar. He came out number 2 last year, Chad.
How blown up does he look?
He's a little gassed right now. He's a little gassed for sure, but he is a sexy man, Chad. I don't know if you've ever. I'll show you a Latin Lover entrance later after this, and oh man, what a good looking dude. He comes out to a theme that mocks his rival, Chavo Guerrero. It says, "Ooh, Chavo," and it's Latin Lover. It's "Ooh, Lover." Yeah,
is his first name Latin then?
Yeah. This is, again, we just went over this. This is his second year in a row entering number 1 or 2. He was number 2 last year. He had a great run last year, but did not end up winning. Will that change this year? I don't know. He's already
a workhorse for WWE.
Yeah, he is a workhorse. Speaking of number 2, Chad, number 2. A man that's making his Royal Rumble debut tonight, technically, Chad. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? It's Chris Jericho.
Break the wall down! Break down the walls!
Who is it? Who is it? Y2J? Stone Cold! I only put out Jericho just so I could do that because of that video. Number 2 is Chris Jericho.
Stone Cold! Stone Cold's here! It's The Undertaker! By God, it's Shawn Michaels!
Bret Michaels? Huh? By God, it's Bobby Lashley. Chris Jericho making his Royal Rumble debut. He's a member of the US, the United Canadian Empire. He's one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time, Chad. All time. and he's stepping in the ring with Latin Lover. These are two workhorses, two great professional wrestlers, and they start going at it. Jericho using his technical prowess and speed to outwork Lover, but Latin Lover, he's a scumbag, Chad. You know, Jericho's trying to put in like an arm bar, and Latin Lover pokes him in the eye, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, Latin Lover's definitely going to cheat here.
Every time Jericho tries to get something going, Latin Lover pokes him right in the eye. Or Jericho gets low blowed right in the balls. Boos. And this is going to be a great theme of the night. Boos rain down on Latin Lover. And he revels in it. He loves this shit, Chad.
And then he does like a pose, right? A cocky pose.
Yes.
And then you just hear gasps from the women.
It's like the Okada pose where he does his pose and the camera zooms out. That's exactly what Latin Lover does here. And
I think it's kind of like a John Cena thing where like all the boos are like those like men, and then all the cheers are like, and then he gets like a pose, and then it's just
Latin Lover's doing his pose, and then the countdown hits for the first time, and the fans, they cheer and they get ready for number 3. And Chad, this is a music we have not heard in a while, and I wish I could play it for you, Chad, but I will get taken down. Dun, 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 dun. Number 3, making his return to the WWE, it's the Hall of Famer, Macho Man Randy Savage comes down to the ring, Chad.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage is back in the WWE, and the fans cheer louder than The Rock returning to SmackDown on Denver. The fans are absolutely losing it here in the Chicago Allstate Arena. Chad, did you expect Randy Savage to be here in the Royal Rumble?
Oh, I didn't. Is he just back for the Rumble? Or did you get him back?
He's back. He's
nice.
back. This was a audible, as number 3 was supposed to be Jushin Thunder Liger, but on 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, he suffered an injury that would take him out of the Royal Rumble. We called Macho Man. We called him up. We said, hey, we can give you a 6-month contract. You want to come wrestle at the Royal Rumble? And he said, ooh, yeah.
He said, ooh, yeah, I'm unemployed and running out of money.
Yes, his hatred of me, or his morale over, because he has not been in the Fed for 2.5 years. It's gone away. 6 months ago, it was still there.
I was like, he hates you because he won't come back to me either.
Yeah, 6 months ago it was different, and now it's just like he's got no relationship with me.
Right, maybe in 6 months he'll come back to me.
Yes, maybe. Well, maybe. Though, you know, Hall of Famer, the wrestling legend, he comes down, and this. Look, we just talked about someone like Ric Flair going in for their final opportunity to win a Rumble. This could be Macho's final run, the last dance for Macho Man Randy Savage. He comes out, and Lover is confused on what's going on. Jericho is kind of like stirred up. He's like, "Holy shit!" Macho Man comes in.
My question is, what out like? Because in 2003, Macho Man looked rough. What is he wearing? Like black jeans. The black tank and a black like bandana too. Like, is that
he's
what we're
dressed
getting?
up to the nines. He's back to normal. He's not 03. I'm wearing a bandana and a do-rag Macho Man.
So he's wearing the whole shebang here. He's got awesome.
He's got the Royal Rumble whites on right now. It's insane.
Nice.
The crowd's so excited, man, and he just starts going after. He stares down Latin Lover, and they just start. He stares down Jericho. Sorry. And they start hyping the crowd, and they start punching each other until Latin Lover grabs both of them, Chad, and beats both of them down. And then again, the boos come down, and number 4 comes out. Ooh, Chavo!
Yeah!
Chavo Guerrero's here, the man who just lost to Latin Lover a couple nights ago in the go home in tag team action, comes out like a ball of fire and beelines it straight towards Latin Lover. Lover rolls out of the ring, bottom rope, rolls out of the ring and points to his head, thinking he outsmarted Chavo Guerrero. You can't get me, I'm outside of the ring. You're going to eliminate yourself? But Chavo does a suicide dive through the middle rope, and the two go tumbling over the announcer's table, taking out Jim Ross, Michael Cole, and Jonathan Coachman. Jim Ross goes, Mamma Mia! Like Mauro Ranallo would do at every headlock on an NXT show.
Mamma Mamma mia!
Those two start fighting, Chad. Number 5 is now coming out during all that shit going on, and it's the Devon Storm Invitational winner, a man that's on a roll as of late, Scott Studd, Chad.
Scott Studd, baby, here he comes.
On WWE.com, we had a promo where he cut a promo that he is dedicating this Rumble win to his late friend Devon Storm. Devon Storm, as you remember.
Devon Storm's favorite match was always the Royal Rumble. He said it every year.
Yeah. Devon Storm, who tragically passed away in November or October. Sorry, not October. It sucks that he's gone, but Scott Studd's making the most of it. He runs straight to the ring. He takes out Jericho and Randy, Chad. He hits a wonderful, an absolutely pristine suplex on Chris Jericho and hits a sick-looking drop kick, like Dolph Ziggler, on Macho Man Randy Savage, and the crowd starts chanting "Crowbar, Crowbar, Crowbar," and the fans, man, they're letting Scott Studd here, they're showing the love. And he points to the crowd. And he's like, I know you're watching, buddy. I know I'm gonna win this for you. And then Latin Lover blindsides him with a clothesline to the back of the head. Boo! Someone threw a beer can at him at this point. Boo! He opens it and drinks it and flips off the crowd. Boo!
I was just gonna say, a beer can flies at Latin Lover, and he grabs it with his hands without looking, opens it, and drinks it. And Jim Ross is like, by God, that's cool.
Look at that man. Chavo's laid out outside. He's hurt right now. Number 6, Ruckus, the former FCW World Tag Team Champion. They just lost it to El Zorro and Wife Beater. Yeah, what a team that is. Ruckus, he comes down to the ring, Chad. It is a tradition that a TNA champ comes down to the ring, or he comes down to the Rumble. We saw Ray LaPon, we saw Ricky Banderas. Tonight is no different. Ruckus, who's had a hell of a match with Edge back at Survivor Series. I mean, he showed his chops that he can hold and hang with the main roster. He runs down into the ring, and he goes right after Latin Lover, Jen. He comes right at Latin Lover, and Latin Lover overpowers him using his strength, his size, and his talent and experience. Gets the advantage on him, hits him a nice little suplex, puts him in a headlock. But Chavo Guerrero comes back in the ring, Chad, back to the fans' delight, and he starts beating the piss out of Latin Lover, Chad. Chavo and Ruckus.
I imagine Latin Lover's got the headlock locked in as he's just getting punched in the face repeatedly by Chavo, or not breaking the headlock. And then Ruckus gets out. They get out of the headlock. Ruckus and Chavo proceed to double suplex Latin Lover, and they start working me in the corner. Number 7 comes out, Chad, and it's the head of the table, the tribal chief, Rhino. War Machine.
The War Machine and Rhino. He comes out, Chad, and I don't even know what I wrote there. He starts fighting with Scott Studd, Chad. Him and Scott Studd start... oh, no, this is what I wrote. Studd is fighting with Randy, and Jericho is in the corner with those two as well. But Rhino's music hits, and all the eyes now turn to the entrance ramp, because the leader of the bloodline, the tribal chief, he enters the ring. All 6 men turn their attention to the man beast. Rhino just throws he throws a one up, Chad, and says, "Acknowledge me." And all 6 of them charge at him, and he spears Ruckus, Chad. He spears him. His shoes inside out. And then he picks up Scott Studd, hits a delayed vertical suplex, then picks him back up and dumps out Scott Studd. Scott Studd is your first elimination. Rhino looks like the man, Chad. Then he picks up Jericho and Randy Savage, puts him on his shoulders like the Ryback would do, and hits a shell shock on him. This guy is a freak of nature. He's got a lot of frustration after Kishi has kind of let down the bloodline over the last few weeks, and he's letting his frustrations out on the participants of the Royal Rumble. Number 8 comes out, Chad, and who is it? You know who it is. My time! My time! It's the Game. Triple H, Chad.
Hell yeah, the Game is here.
A odds-on favorite. The R-Save's longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. And he comes out. He's looking like a megastar. He's ripped to the gills, Chad. He's got a slow entrance. You know, he's got his water thing. He's got his thing. The fans treat him like a fucking star, though, right? The Rumble is the one thing in this save, right, that Triple H has not won. He's won King of the Ring. He's won every title you can think of. He's not won the Royal Rumble. And he's got this, and he's got the world title in his eyes. He slides into the ring and immediately hits a massive running, lifting knee on Chavo Guerrero. And after a few punches on Latin Lover and a spine buster to Rhino, he does his pose. And the crowd is losing it. He does a little DX suck it. No, this is what he sees a DX sign and yells, "Fuck Shawn Michaels," and hits a super kick on Ruckus, who sells it and flies over the top rope. Ruckus is eliminated.
Triple H just still giving Shawn Michaels super kick the respect it deserves.
He gets into the corner and he starts beating up Chris Jericho because number 9 is coming out, Chad. The fan favorite John Cena, he's out. He runs down to the ring and Triple H, who gets off Jericho, stares down John Cena. John Cena and Triple H are in the middle of the ring here at the Royal Rumble having a stare down, Chad. The fans are going wild. Triple H and John Cena start throwing punches. Left by Triple H, a right by Cena. Back and forth, boos, yays. Both men are exhausted, and they're just throwing punches, and they deliver on one final punch, and both men fall down. They collapse. The fans are losing it, Chad. The fans are having a blast. Triple H and John Cena just literally exhausted all their energy right there, just trading blows. Number 10 at this point comes out now, Chad. And speaking of people I don't like, not you, Psychosis is number 10. The Hitman of the BMW. BMD, not the BMW. The man.
I was like, W.
The man who took out Orlando Jordan backstage on Raw last week. You probably forgot about that, John. That's what I'm here for. I'm reminding you. He took out Orlando Jordan backstage last week. He runs down to the ring, but he gets to the ring, stops, and then walks around, shoves Lillian Garcia out of the way, and takes her seat at ringside. He is now sitting down at where Lillian Garcia sits. He's just waiting for his teammate, who comes out what a shock, number 11, PJ Black, the former world champion and the leader of in-ring Black McMahon Dynasty. Both these men have gone through some shit tonight, though. Remember that. They have gone through that Kurt Angle street fight. PJ Black, he comes down the ring.
Both got Angle slammed at least once.
Yeah, both of them. PJ Black actually limping because he got put in an ankle lock. He gets onto the one side of the apron. Psychosis gets on the other side, and they both enter the ring and start beating down the competitors, even throwing out, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, Randy Savage. Savage has been eliminated. Yeah. And the crowd not happy. And they let PJ Black and Psychosis know, and PJ Black, they both flip him off. They don't like the crowd. The crowd is hostile here. We're in Chicago, CM Punk territory, Chad.
Exactly.
Do
we get a CM Punk chant?
No.
At some point?
Triple H and Cena, they both get up and they look around and they start going after the BMD. PJ Black flips off Hunter Triple H, and Psychosis low blows John Cena. PJ Black then pokes Triple H's eye out. All the dastardly shit you could ever think of, Chad. Oh my God. Rhino is getting up, and he steps up to the BMD. He says, "I'm the big dog. I lead the best stable," and they beat down Rhino, Chad. They beat him down, and then they dump out Rhino, and then Psychosis spits on him. Number 12 now, though, Chad. He's on his way out, and oh shit, we have not seen him in a while in either company. Returning to the WWE, he had a cup of coffee run here, Chad. Chad, can you guess who it is?
No.
Who would be making his return? Former wrestler of both me and you.
It'd be a guy who was injured for a while and then came back. I'm gonna say a member of that construction worker tag team.
That's Brothers of Construction. That's a good guess. No,
Brothers of Construction.
Returning to the WWE. We have not seen him since late 2001. It's Mike Awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
The indie god, he's been calling himself. He's been terrorizing indie companies like PPW and MLW, who comes in and hits a running clothesline on PJ Black, and then picks up Psychosis. And he puts him, and he's ready to give him an awesome bomb, Chad. The crowd chants, "Awesome, awesome, awesome." So he hits the awesome bomb on Psychosis with the crowd, and he hits a big one. The crowd chants, they're like, "One more time, one more time, one more time." He picks up Psychosis, raises him over his head, is about to deliver it to him over the top rope. He's going to awesome bomb Psychosis over the ropes. But PJ Black low blows him, and Psychosis kind of rolls him off, rolls backwards off of him, and hits a drop kick that takes down Mike Awesome. Number 13 is Dylan Martin. The Dylan Martin.
Oh,
Dylan Martin.
Oos.
The young upstart running around. He's been with the United Empire, or the United Canadian Empire, Oos, for a while. He's been crushing it in the tag division with his best friend Gabriel Burton, who's also possibly in this Rumble. Martin rushes in and helps his fellow Oos, Chris Jericho, Chad. And they're fighting Mike Awesome. Martin and Jericho, they team up, and they go after Mike Awesome. But Mike Awesome, he overpowers and throws Jericho around like a little rag doll, Chad. And then he starts to go after Gabriel Burton, or Dylan Martin. And number 14 comes out, and it's Gabriel Burton. And he comes in, and he immediately climbs to the top rope and drop kicks Mike Awesome. Awesome will bounce off the top rope, or off the rope, stunned, walks back into a huge double cutter, a double RKO by Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton. And they pick him up after that, Chad. And they point to the over the top rope. The fans are like, "Yeah!" They dump him over. Awesome hangs on, Chad. Awesome hangs on. He's on. He gets back to the apron. They go to drop kick him over the top rope, or I guess out of the ring. But Black and Psychosis, man, these guys are just bastards. They low blow both of them, Chad, after a clothesline. Unbelievable. These guys, I hate these guys, Chad. I hate them. They suck. Latin Lover then pulls Mike Awesome over the top rope, looks at him, gives him a high five, and those four, Latin Lover, Awesome, Black, and Psychosis, start beating down Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton. The boos are raining down again, Chad. I know how much you love the boos. This continues until number 15 comes out, Chad, and it's Christian Cage.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
The current tag team champion. He makes his way down to the ring, and he's saving his Oos boys. He slides in right after, he goes right after Black and...
members of the Oos now, right?
3 right now, Chad. 3.
Okay, I thought Dylan Martin, Gabriel Burke, and Jericho were in.
Yeah.
So then,
that is 4. You're right. You're right. I can't count. That's 4. He gets Black and Psychosis off of Martin and Burton. But the number game at this point got to him, right? Jericho's in the corner still. He's getting beat up. So he's there, but he's not, you know. Lover and Mike Awesome, they start beating down Christian Cage though, Chad. And they start beating down Martin and Burton. Look, this is a powerful foursome. Like, could you imagine Latin Lover and Mike Awesome joining the Black McMahon dynasty? That'd be outrageous. They all pick up one guy of the Uce. They all pick up one guy and they suplex him. I guess Latin Lover didn't. Or PJ Black directs them to all to suplex him. And they do. They do it. They go pick him up again to do it again. And number 16 comes out. You think you know me? Edge. Edge is here as well. He sprints in, kicks everyone's ass. He hits a DDT on Latin Lover. He throws Psychosis out of the ring. Wow, that was Psychosis. Wow, good. Get fucked, Psychosis. The fans are loving it. He gets to the top rope and he hits a missile drop kick, Chad. Hell yeah, on Mike Awesome.
Mike Awesome? God, this man is just eating drop kicks.
He staggers, and the Christian and Martin and Burton all run, hit a drop kick, and he bows over to the top rope, and Mike Awesome is eliminated now. Wow. Edge and Christian now look at Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton. There's some tension, a little tension here from Martin and Burton. Edge and Christian are kind of oblivious towards it, and now they just stare at each other, Chad. Martin and Burton, that's their dream, to be tag team champions. And they're with the stable, they're with their boys that have those belts. They all shake hands, and the crowd erupts as they start fighting. They start throwing hands, Chad.
Hell yeah.
A civil war between the Uces? They start fighting, but Chris Jericho gets up and gets in the middle and just yells, "Stop it! Stop it now!" And Jericho tries to stop them, Chad. He yells, "Oosie juicy, right, boys?" They stop and glare at him and go back to respectfully fighting, Chad. And Jericho just goes, "Fuck, all right," and starts throwing hands at him as well. So those five, the Uces are all fighting each other, Chad. Out of respect.
This guy's Jericho fighting.
Yeah. Number 17 comes out, Chad, and it's the Japanese buzzsaw. It's Tajiri. A fan favorite. Odds-on favorite, too. He's been on such a roll. He was part of Team SmackDown that won the Survivor Series brand war. He's won a plethora of matches leading up to the Rumble. He's got that good momentum. He comes in, hits a nice kick to Chavo's head, throws Latin Lover in the corner, and hits the patented tarantula hold on him, Chad. You know that one. Where he gets goes over the corner and is roped in with him, and he's doing the tarantula. As he's doing that submission, he's got that locked in. PJ Black comes over to help Latin Lover, and it's a hard thing to describe because PJ Black's tied up, or what is it? Latin Lover's tied up. Tajiri's on the other side. Latin Lover or PJ Black comes over, he kind of uses the momentum and he flips the orientation around. So Tajiri's on the inside of the ring now, holding the submission, and Latin Lover is on the outside yelling, and PJ Black, when he rolls on him around and Tajiri's in the ring, Tajiri spits green mist right in PJ Black's face. And then, because he's blinded by green mist from Tajiri, John Cena dumps PJ Black out, Chad. John Cena has eliminated PJ Black, and the crowd loses it. PJ Black's not happy. Psychosis and PJ Black now eliminated, Chad. Oh my God. He cries like a baby and leaves the ring. Now, as he's coming in, as he's leaving, Chad, I think another surprise is coming out, Chad. Another former WWE champion is coming to the ring at number 18. Ooh. A former WCW champion is coming to the ring.
Ooh.
Chad, who is number 18?
A former WWE and WCW champion.
Yeah, not world champion, just champion.
Not world champion, just a champion.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say I'm gonna say one of the two members of Total Cable Package come back.
Oh, that's funny. They've never held a belt in my company though.
Oh, that's true though. They haven't, have they? All right, who is
Number
it?
18, making his return to the WWE on just a one-off with a contract loan with All Japan Pro Wrestling, former WWF Light Heavyweight Champion and former WCW Tag and Cruiserweight Champion, it's Ultimo Dragon.
Hell yeah.
Ultimo Dragon is back here for one night and one night only, and the crowd erupts. They haven't seen Ultimo Dragon in a long time, Chad. And he comes out and he runs in and he hits an unbelievable Hurricanrana on John Cena. And a crisp and clean drop kick on Chris Jericho. He stands up.
Oh God, drop kicks are getting flown everywhere tonight.
And him and Tajiri start going at it because they're former rivals. And WCW and WWF. The fans realize that Tajiri and Dragon are going on it, and they're starting to chant, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!"
Holy shit!
Holy
shit!
They do some great high flying cruiserweight action, and then Latin Lover from behind clobbers both men. Unbelievable. The boos once again rain down. More trash and beer cans come out into the ring. The people of Chicago are letting Latin Lover have it right now.
They do not like him.
They do not like him. But you know who they do like, Chad? Chavo Guerrero. Coming back from the dead after a buzzsaw kick from Tajiri, attacks Latin Lover. He's still alive, baby. He's still alive. He gets behind. The fans get behind every punch thrown. Ultimo and Tajiri get up and they help triple powerbomb Latin Lover. And the fans are excited about that. Number 19, though, Chad. Number 19 is coming down to the ring now. And he's making his Royal Rumble debut. It's the family's Chris Hero.
Hell yeah.
Hero is making his Royal Rumble debut, as I just said, and he's not happy after he lost on the Go Home show on SmackDown. He lost a number swap match to Brian Kendrick. Hero comes down and immediately elbows the biggest man in this match, Triple H, right in the face. It's like in Hero's eyes, finding the biggest dog in the park and marking his territory. Right, he goes right after the big dog. When
they say in jail, like, I'm gonna punch the baddest men in here.
That's exactly what he did. He picks up Triple H and gives him a modified pile driver. Latin Lover, who sees this going on, calls over Triple H. Latin Lover has been just quarterbacking all the heels in this match to beat the shit out. Which I don't know why they're listening to him, but I get it. Hero obliges, and together they toss out Ultimo Dragon. After Hero hits a step up enziguri and a massive Hero's welcome elbow, dumping out Ultimo Dragon just like it was nothing. The poor guy just he didn't have it in him today.
Welcome back, Ultimo. Welcome back.
Hero then elbows Tajiri, who no-sells it and steps up and gets in Hero's face. Unbelievable. They start fighting, but number 20 comes out, and it's Stevie Richards. Tajiri understanding and realizing that he does not have much time before he's getting basically outnumbered 3-1 with Latin Lover, Richards, and Hero. He's got to act fast, so he forearms Latin Lover right in the head and kicks Chris Hero right a few times. Right in the knees, Chad. He falls down. He's on his knees. Stevie Richards comes over and hits a Stevie kick on Tajiri off of. He uses Chris Hero as a step stool like the Hardys would do. It was unreal. The crowd kind of boos as Stevie Richards, fucking yells at him, and he dumps Tajiri over the top rope after that, Chad. It's unbelievable. The heels are running this ship. The boos continue to rain down as Hero, Latin Lover, and Richards stand tall until Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton and Chris Jericho, they all drop kick the baddies, Chad. The bad guys.
For Canada!
For Canada. Meanwhile, John Cena and Triple H are still fighting in the corner. Triple H bounces off the ropes and clotheslines Cena, who's staggered into the in the middle of the ring. He picks up Cena to hit a massive pedigree, Chad. He's got his arms locked, but number 21's music hits as the 3, 2, 1. Can you dig it, sucker? Booker T, Triple H's arch nemesis. He runs down to the ring, and his eyes are on the prize. Triple H throws. He kind of just gets rid of John Cena, just throws him to the side, discards him, as you could say. And when he hears Booker T's music hit, as these two have been going to war with each other for the last few months, whether it's just against each other or for the Intercontinental Championship with Sean Morley running around like a little baby boy, these two, they do not like each other. Booker slides in the ring, and these two just start throwing hands. Chavo gets up to try to get a hit in, but both men stop, hit Chavo in the mouth, and then go back to fighting. I don't know. I don't know if either one of these guys have the ultimate goal. I mean, they have the goal of winning the Rumble. I think a better goal, a goal that tops that, is killing the other one. Right? They do not like it.
Committing a crime.
It's committing murder on each other here on live TV. Booker throws Triple H over the top rope, but Triple H lands on the apron. Booker goes for a punch, but Triple H blocks it and yells, or pulls Booker T over the top rope. Not yells Booker T over the top rope. Pulls him over the top rope onto the apron as well. Both men are just throwing hands right on the apron. During this, number 22 comes out, and it's the Survivor, C.W. Anderson. The crowd and Vegas' favorite to win it all, as he was the one that won the Survivor Series match over Triple H and Team Raw. 3-on-1 comeback for C.W. Anderson. He's beaten Kane at Armageddon. He's got to win over Undertaker. The fans think C.W. Anderson is going to win it all. He comes down. He sprints down the ring. Triple H and Booker T are still fighting. Triple H kicks Booker T right in the gut and grabs a hold of Booker T and locks his arms up. And he's going to pedigree Booker T on the apron, Chad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The crowd is chanting, "Please don't die. Please don't die." And Triple H pedigrees Booker T onto the apron and somehow just rolls. I don't know how Booker T's body stays on the apron after this, but Triple H just rolls his carcass off the apron and has eliminated Booker T. Medical team has to come out, and because the referees have noticed that he's not in a good spot, referees throw the X up, and they gotta cart him out of here, Chad. They put him on a medical bed and get him out of here. Booker T carted off. Just he's dead. He's dead. We go back to the ring where C.W. Anderson is gone after the other fan favorite here tonight, John Cena. They're in the corner, and Latin Lover and C.W. Anderson, the bad guys still in this match, they start blindsiding Cena and C.W. Anderson. They beat down C.W. Anderson, but C.W. Anderson doing a little Hulk spot here, Chad. He hulks up and starts his comeback, beating down Lover with a clothesline. Richards gets a classic Arn Anderson elbow, and Chris Hero gets tossed off all over the ropes, but he hangs on, Chad. He skins the cat like Dolph Ziggler. But then John Cena gets up and he just clotheslines Chris Hero out of the ring. Cena has eliminated Chris Hero. Cena, who's got some history with Stevie Richards, stares him down while C.W. Anderson and Latin Lover are staring down. And Cena throws Stevie Richards onto his shoulders and delivers an FU over the top rope to Stevie Richards. Stevie Richards is also now gone. The fans go wild now that both members of the family have been eliminated. Latin Lover, though, he's got the best of C.W. Anderson, is preparing to blindside John Cena and dump him out, Chad. But Chavo Guerrero from the top rope drop kicks Latin Lover so hard he bounces off the rope. Cena and C.W. Anderson see what's going on. C.W. Anderson hits an Anderson elbow. Cena hits the FU. They both hit their finishers on him. Chavo picks up the last remains of Latin Lover and says, "This one's for Eddie." and tosses Latin Lover out of the Royal Rumble, Chad.
Wow, an excellent performance from Latin Lover.
Excellent, but he is a piece of shit. 9 men now stand in the ring as number 23 come out. It's Chris Jericho, Edge and Christian, Triple H, Gabriel Burton and Dylan Martin, Cena, Chavo, and C.W. Anderson. Number 23, it's Brian Kendrick. Kendrick, he brings a pace and a speed to this match that is not there right now because a lot of these men are gassed. He's fresh. He's the youngest member of this match. He's got a high motor. He sprints to the ring. He runs off the ropes, hits a drop kick on the edge, and gives a hurricanrana to Christian. Kendrick has kind of been on a roll as of late. We went over. He became the chip holder back in late December. We know Paul London's here in this Rumble later. He's in the Rumble. What number? To be determined, right? But we know Brian Kendrick's got a little bit of help tonight. He might be the smallest and youngest in this match, but he's got someone to watch his back. Is it going to be number 24? It could be him, but no, it's Dean Malenko. Someone who's he's been on a mean streak as of late. His partner, Bryan Danielson, left the Boston Combat Club, and Danielson beat Malenko in a one-on-one on the Raw Super Show. So Dean, not really happy as of late. He's laser focused. He comes in and immediately chops Brian Kendrick. Like I said, who is the youngest in terms of experience in this match. He continues to chop Kendrick on the chest, and the sound echoes throughout the arena. The fans gasp as Malenko makes contact with Kendrick's torso every time. Cena steps in to try to stop this. He's like, hey, this is fucked, man. This is just a kid. And Dean chops him. Cena receives a chop deserves a chop or receives a chop. During the Malenko chop fight, Jericho and Chavo are fighting in the corner, and Jericho goes to hit his bouncing moonsault, Chad. And this is crazy. He goes off to hit the diving or the bouncing moonsault off the ropes, where he jumps off the rope and hits a moonsault. But as he's about to hit the rope, Edge and Christian push Chris Jericho out.
Oh no!
Number 1 and 2 are both gone. Hey, Jericho looks confused. He gets up and points at his Uso armband, something an armband that all Uso members wear. And look, Edge and Christian, all they do is point to their head and say, "Look, man, it's sorry, brother. It's one versus all, you know." What they don't realize is Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton are waiting behind them, and they dump out Edge and Christian, Chad.
Damn right.
They dump out the tag team champions, and they look at Edge and Christian and they go, "Sorry, brother." Right back to Edge and Christian. Number 25 comes out. It's Bryan Danielson, a man. He's got issues. I wrote down a man who has some issues, you could say. Dean Malenko, who's chopping Brian Kendrick. He drops Brian Kendrick in the corner when he hears Danielson's music. Danielson runs in and they start chopping and kicking each other. What does that say? Oh, yays. Okay. Sorry, they start chopping and kicking each other. Danielson will get a kick in on the chest. The fans will go, yay! Danielson chops Bryan Danielson. Boo. The fans get on their feet as they just continue to go at it. C.W. Anderson and Triple H are in the corner. They're going at it. Cena and Chavo are kind of just, wrestling with Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton. So beaten and battered, Brian Kendrick goes over to the BCC, to Dean Malenko and Bryan Danielson, and he tries to, I think he has no idea where he's at, tries to calm them down. Brian Kendrick, whose chest is now as purple as Cody Rhodes' pec at Hell in the Cell, pleads with them. But BCC look at each other. They stop chopping each other, or they start chopping and kicking Brian Kendrick. Brian is in so much pain at this point. He's screaming as loud as he can when he gets a chop. Malenko delivers one final chop so loud, the entire city of Chicago winces. and referees have to roll into the ring and escort Brian Kendrick out of the Rumble. They stopped this. They said this is enough, and the referees eliminate Brian Kendrick from the Royal Rumble.
Hell of a job.
Number 26 is down to the ring as they're walking out Brian Kendrick, and it's Double J record member Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels, a former Rat from WCW and Cruiserweight champion, has been the key member in terms of has been a key member in the Double J records. He has come close to WWE Gold before the U.S. Championship and Tag Team belts, but in this Rumble could really elevate him to the Promised Land. Unfortunately for him, though, Jeff Jarrett is not in the Rumble yet, and a man he's been interfering with, John Cena, is. And John Cena, Daniels and John Cena have been kind of feuding a little bit lately. Daniels is a smart man, though. He walks around to the announcer's desk, grabs a chair, and sits down. He does the psychosis gimmick. He does the number, and he's number 27. It's Jeff Jarrett, right? That's number 27. But unfortunately for him, number 27 is not him. Woo! It's the Nature Boy. Ric Flair is in, Chad. He strides and profiles down to the ring. As remember, Jeff Jarrett and Daniels kind of been a little tussle with the Nature Boy and John Cena over the last couple weeks. Daniels goes to meet him, right? But Flair blocks his punch, bops him, and throws him into the ring. Daniel flips him off and then turns around, and he walks into a FU from John Cena, who already dumps Chris Daniels out of the ring, Chad. Flair then walks around where
Christopher Daniels.
Flair then walks around where Daniels is recovering outside and chops him, Chad, and puts him in a figure four. He's eliminated, Flair. Stop it. Cena now.
Flair just wanted to finish the job, I guess.
Flair now has Cena has 4 eliminations, the most of anyone tonight, Chad. Number 28 comes down, and it's now. Did I write it down? Number 28 is now coming down to the ring. I didn't even write down who number 28 is. I know who it is. I just want to make sure. Why did I not write his name in the script? Yeah, it's Paul London. I know that. Number 28 is Paul London, Chad. How did I just forget his name? It just says number 28 is now coming down to the ring, and he hits he's coming down to the ring, he climbs up to the top rope and hits a jumping missile dropkick at Dean Malenko and Bryan Danielson, who are still going at it. He seems a little pissed off because, especially with how they beat the dog piss out of Brian Kendrick earlier. He hits both men.
As I said, I feel like he's probably a little mad about that.
He kicks both men in the knees or the back of the legs, so they drop down on the knees, and he hits the Daniel Bryan kicks to the chest. He just goes back and forth. Yes, as Brian Kendrick or Paul London kicks Danielson and Malenko back and forth. London will pick up Danielson here, and he points to the crowd and attempts to throw him out, but Danielson reverses it and throws London out. Paul London is already out of the Royal Rumble. But then, Chad, Dean Malenko throws out Bryan Danielson, Chad. Dean Malenko gets the best of Danielson here tonight as both men are beaten and battered. They have spent at least 8.5 minutes beating the piss out of each other. Cena and Flair are working together with Chavo while Chavo is being choked out by Triple H. Number 29, Chad, comes out. We know who number 30 is, Chad. Who is number 29? Do you think it is? You think it is?
It could be.
It could be. No, it's Jeff Jarrett. The leader of the Double J records. No more surprises, Chad. We know The Undertaker is number 30. Oh, I didn't even ask you who you thought was going to win.
Oh, you're right. You didn't. I would have said Brock Lesnar, and I would have picked him to come out right here.
Yeah, Brock is not here. But you also were clamoring for Chavo, so that's your pick.
I almost made a last-minute pick for Chavo today, too. I was telling Justin about it.
Yeah.
Said Brock literally up until this point.
The leader of the Double J records, Jeff Jarrett, he's coming out. The 2-time Grammy Award winner is second to last in the Royal Rumble. We already know who number 30 is. It's The Undertaker. So we now know everyone going to be in the Rumble. He, like Chris Daniels earlier, has issues with Cena and Flair. Jarrett and Cena had a hell of a rivalry back in the day for the U.S. belt, where Cena and Jarrett had Jarrett's Cena's first ever 100 match. He runs down to the ring and he goes right after Flair, Chad. And he continues to attack him. Triple H is now attacking C.W. Anderson. I say attack. They're just fighting. Dean Malenko has Dylan Martin and Gabriel Burton in his submission. He's got a double submission on those poor kids. And number 30, we already know who it is. The defending Rumble winner, the chip holder, the dead man. He is here. Dun. The lights go out and they come back on. And Kana already stole a spot. He's already in the ring. He just starts throwing hands and lays out all the other 9 remaining superstars. We have our final 10 at this point, too. Jarrett, being the freshest next to Taker, is up first. And he tries to go after the dead man. But Taker wraps his hand around his neck and delivers a massive chokeslam. He goes to pick up Jeff Jarrett, but Daniels gets back up and he runs down. Daniels comes back in and drags Jarrett through the bottom rope, Chad. Unbelievable, these guys. Cena sees this and rolls out of the ring as Triple H grabs a distracted Taker and hits an exhausted spinebuster. Cena hits Chris Daniels, rolls Jarrett back in, and Ric Flair back up barely. Locks in the figure 4. Woo! Woo! As Flair's hitting the figure 4. Why did John Cena hits a 5-knuckle shuffle on Jarrett? Cena then throws out Jeff Jarrett, marking that number elimination.
Is that his first ever 5-knuckle shuffle or no?
Yeah, that is. Cena then throws out Jarrett, making that number elimination number 5. In the corner, Dean Malenko is going. He's let Martin and Burton go. He's now giving them chops back and forth. But C.W. Anderson grabs Dean, and the fans cheer as he punches him right in the head. Dean Malenko chops him for his action. So Martin grabs Malenko to throw him out, but Dean reverses it like he did earlier and throws out Dylan Martin. Gabriel Burton runs right at Dean Malenko. Dean, who has the video screen with the live TV feed on in his eyesight, because he's looking at the Titantron right in front, drops down and grabs a hold of the rope, and Gabriel Burton crashes outside. Dean now has the second most eliminations with 4. What he doesn't realize is that the live feed is showing a replay, so he can't watch C.W. Anderson get up and get right behind him. C.W. Anderson gives him a pile driver and tosses Dean Malenko out, marking C.W. Anderson's first elimination in this match. Chavo at this time, Chad. Do I not have? Oh, here. Chavo at this time, Chad. There's 6 people left at this point now, with Dean Malenko being eliminated by C.W. Anderson. There are 6 people. There's John Cena, C.W. Anderson, Chavo Guerrero, Ric Flair, Triple H, and The Undertaker. Chad, who do you got?
Who I got?
Yeah, final 6.
I got Chavo Guerrero, baby.
Hell yeah. Chavo, during this time, speaking of Chavo, has The Undertaker on the ropes and even goes up to the top rope. On the ropes, meaning he's like stunned and he's got him beat. Even goes up to the top rope, but they try to hit a frog splash. But oh no, Latin Lover comes back up and pushes Chavo Guerrero off the top rope. Chad, Chavo Guerrero is eliminated in the Royal Rumble match. Unbelievable! Damn. What a run for Chavo! What a run!
Yeah, what a run!
Latin Lover eliminates Chavo Guerrero there. The fans boo him again, Chad. The fans boo him.
As they should.
Wait, I didn't write that out. That was wrong, Chad. That was completely wrong here. Sorry. He pulls Chavo off the top rope, Chad. All right. Taker then dumps Chavo out. Sorry. Taker eliminates him. Because Latin Lover is still down. He just grabs. So what's happening is Chavo's up on the top rope. Latin Lover's laying down under the turnbuckle, And he just reaches up, grabs Chavo's leg, and pulls him down. Taker gets back up, throws out Chavo Guerrero. Apologies, Chad. Apologies, but he's still gone. And Latin Lover gets up and gets boots on Taker until the lights go out, Chad. The crowd...
Oh, no, the lights go out.
They don't know how to react. The lights come back on. And there's a masked man standing in the ring with The Undertaker. What the hell is going on here, Chad?
I don't know.
And he starts just punching Taker over and over and over. And Taker is out cold. He picks him back up and dumps The Undertaker over the top rope. The Undertaker is eliminated. The fans don't know, they really don't know what's going on. He takes off his mask, and it's the lethal assassin, Don Fry.
Oh, Don Fry!
Don Fry, who lost his spot in this match a few weeks ago, has eliminated The Undertaker. Why The Undertaker? Wow. I don't know. But Don Fry has an issue with The Undertaker. Fuck you, Fry chants rain down in the Allstate Arena. And we are now down to 4 men. Triple H, Ric Flair, John Cena, and C.W. Anderson, Chad. One of these men will headline WrestleMania 19 in Seattle, Washington. Triple H, looking around, realizing he's the only member of Monday Night Raw left, goes after John Cena. C.W. Anderson and Flair, they go after. They both love John Cena. They go after and beat down Triple H. Flair then low blows C.W. Anderson. And the crowd's like, oh, what? And classic Ric Flair. Unbelievable. Triple H then turns his attention to C.W. Anderson. C.W. Anderson's the one that beat Triple H at Survivor Series for Team SmackDown. He picks him up, taunts the crowd, and says, this is your king? This is the guy you think's going to win the Rumble?
This is your king?
Dumps C.W. Anderson out. A valiant effort, but Triple H is on a mission. A man that hasn't held world gold since 2000. He says he's not leaving Chicago without a title opportunity. He turns his attention to Ric Flair. He kicks him in the gut. He hooks his arm and he pedigrees Ric Flair. Someone then throws a beer at Triple H, who no-sells it, picks up the can, and hits Ric Flair with it. Classic Ric Flair. He's now bleeding everywhere after the beer hit.
After the can hit him in the head.
Triple H laughs, picks him up one more time, and pedigrees him again. He is bleeding like JBL at Judgment Day 2005. Blood is all over the place. He picks him up one more time to hit it again. But John Cena, who has been down for a little bit, tells Triple H to go fuck yourself. Triple H is like, excuse me, punk? Who the hell are you talking to? You haven't done shit in this ring. Triple H picks him up to his feet and slaps him, but John Cena hawks up and gets right in his face, hits an FU onto Triple H. They go at it, and John Cena, after hitting the FU, goes for it again. Triple H reverses it, Chad, and hits him with a quick pedigree. Then picks up John Cena and dumps out John Cena.
Goodbye.
John Cena is
Triple H's year.
Triple H is yelling, spitting, just pointing at John Cena. I told you, you will never do anything in this ring. But Ric Flair, face and hair covered up in blood. The fans understanding, he gets up and the fans rise up as he's getting up. Limps over to Triple H, who's still bullshitting with John Cena, and he dumps out Triple H. Ric Flair has done it. The Nature Boy has won the Royal Rumble match, Chad.
That's wild.
Ric Flair is going to WrestleMania. The Last Dance. Ric Flair is your 2003 Royal Rumble winner.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Mike Awesome is burnt out. Gabriel Burton burnt out Mike Awesome. Fuck, what the hell? And the Nature Boy celebrating in the ring, beaten like a tomato. He is bloodied. His hair isn't blonde anymore. It's all red. This is an unbelievable night for the Nature Boy, Chad. And he will go to Royal Rumble. Will he take on Masawa or will he take on Randy Orton? We'll have to find out. But what a show it was, Chad. A 97. How do you feel about this show?
Oh, you could have given me 100 guesses. And I would not have gotten Ric Flair. That's wild. I'm all about it, though.
What a win for Ric fucking Flair, who has been on a hell of a tear as of late. He is the current U.S. champion, if you have not forgotten, Chad.
I have not forgotten.
He is the current U.S. champion. What a win for Ric Flair. What a win for America. We'll see you for next month's pay-per-views, where it will be No Way Out. And whatever your show is. We'll see you then.
Whatever I decide to name it, because I'm currently in the process of renaming pay-per-views.
All right, fuck Cody Rhodes.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Season 5, Episode 1 of the Monday Night Wars. Here we have Battlebowl, Justin, a big pay-per-view to kick off our year. Of course, this will kick us off, and the Royal Rumble will close it down. I cannot wait to see insert so-and-so win the Royal Rumble.
I can't wait for insert so-and-so to win the Battle Bowl, Chad. It used to be called Cyber Sunday, but it's not anymore,
yes.
So we will not go over the places. Let's pick you a different arena than Raymond James. You're not rolling in a fucking NFL stadium for the Battle Bowl.
It's got to be Las Vegas.
It's got to be Las Vegas.
It's Las Vegas.
I remember.
Yes.
Las Vegas, Nevada. There we go. Let's just get into it because you are on a little bit of a time crunch, but
yeah, we are on a little bit of a time crunch here as we have our first pre-show match of the night. Of course, Kendo Cashin, who has just recently been taken under the wing of Shawn Michaels in a one-on-one match against Shane Helms, and in that decent pre-show bout, Kendo Cashin defeated Shane Helms with a Jugatami.
Yeah, well, yeah. Wow, Shane Helms is. It was just recently he was fucking fighting for the world title, and now
exactly
he's losing on the pre-show.
He's jobbing the Kendo Cashin on the pre-show.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen!
And I'll tell you what, he was pissed about it.
All right, we got another pre-show match. Oh, Jesus Christ!
We have our second pre-show match as the Hardcore Holly and Kali Holly defeat Ahmed and Ron Simmons and Perry Saturn and Mikey Whipwreck.
Yeah, I mean, Kali Holly and Hardcore Holly have been on a roll as of late, and Perry Saturn and Mikey Whipwreck are cool, and Ahmed and Ron are just, they're old.
They're old. And our pre-show main event, Jacqueline Moore taking on Takako Inu, and in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but a little heat. Takako Inu defeated Jacqueline Moore with a win 10-27 with a Huracan.
Former WWF Women's Champion, Chad Takako.
Yeah.
Defeating.
And a big win against Jacqueline Moore.
All right. The Battlebowl.
As we have here, Justin. Yes, we have the Battlebowl pay-per-view panel going over all of the matches and all of the big moments. And, of course, Long Hallwell putting over his perfect matchmaker machine that will, of course, help determine the new WCW Nitro Tag Team Champions tonight, Justin.
Who does he predict it's going to be?
Well, of course, it is either going to be Big Show and Billy Gunn taking on Johnny Stamboli and Chuck Palumbo, and he says he predicts that he kind of gives a vague answer. He says, whichever team has the most chemistry will be the one who wins. And then Jerry Borash says, which would be who? And then Long Howell says, all right, if I have to guess, I'm gonna say, give me Johnny Stamboli and Chuck Palumbo.
What do you mean guess? What do you mean by that? Let's go into the opening match of the night. We
have our first opening video package to sum up what has been going on this month. Of course, you all saw the one Nitro where Tommy Dreamer said he was going to get the XWO back together, and that took a few forms. First, it was with Hardcore with Sandman and then Sabu was there, Also, but the Wicked have destroyed every person Tommy Dreamer has tried to help fight against them, and eventually Devon and Rob Van Dam teamed up with Tommy Dreamer, and will represent the XWO here against the Wicked in our opening contest, a 3-on-3 6-man hardcore match for the trios title. Justin, who do you got?
I'm going to pick the Wicked here. Yeah, that's who I'm going to go with.
I mean, the XWO, they do have Mr. Money in the Bank. Let's see if it is enough.
Oh, that is true, but I don't think they'll win.
And in a decent match, the Relic and the Wicked defeat Tommy Dreamer, Devon Dudley, and Rob Van Dam when Abyss pins Tommy Dreamer with a shock treatment. And they make defense number 3 of the trio's title. And after the match, Justin, Rob Van Dam, he's in the corner recovering after the match, and Paul Bearer handcuffs him to the ring ropes as Wicked, as we go on to the next segment, we see Mil Muertes and Relic pummeling Tommy Dreamer and Devon Dudley with barbed wire wrapped bats.
That seems like that shouldn't happen. Like, that seems like that's going to kill him.
Well, it did happen.
Oh, okay. Oh.
That happens right there, and it gets a 68.
Oh, well, perfect. Wow.
And Justin, we are backstage. Shawn Michaels, he's got his protege Kendo cash in, and he says, Kendo, like my opponent here tonight, Rey Mysterio, and much like, the NXT rookies that I brought in here with me in the next few weeks, they have all looked up to Rey Mysterio, who's a coward who hides behind a mask. And I am just showing Kendo Cashin what it's like to be mentored, to idolize a real champion, a real hero. And so, Rey, tonight, I'm going to prove once and for all that only cowards hide behind masks when I super kick your head off and win back my World Heavyweight Championship.
I confused Kendo with Rey Mysterio right there, not gonna lie.
And Justin, we have here Finlay versus Canyon coming up next, but first we have the recap. Of course, Finlay and Canyon, they were friends. Come Starrcade, they were in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and Canyon actually cost Finlay, his so-called friend, an opportunity at the Money in the Bank, and Finlay has just wanted to fight ever since. And Canyon, and Finlay were both in the Battlebowl tag team tournament. Finlay's tag team partner was Batista, and Canyon had Ken Anderson. And Justin, these two teams, they ended up fighting each other. And, they kind of, and then the other one inadvertently cost the next team in their next matchup. And these two men, they just have a score to settle. And so tonight, Finlay is looking to get a little bit of payback on Canyon costing him Money in the Bank. And Canyon's looking to get a little payback on Finlay, costing him an opportunity at the Tag Team Championships, as that comes to blows next. What do you got, Justin?
I'm going Finlay. Is there something going on in your background?
I don't think so.
No fan, nothing? Okay. I'm going Finlay.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh,
in a good match, Canyon cheats and is able to get one over on Finlay. That gets an 81.
Yeah, it does, John. It does. Are you happy with that?
And listen, I'm happy with that, but I feel like someone who's not happy with that is Finlay. You have to imagine there's still a score to settle here.
Has to. Oh my God.
As we see backstage, Justin, Jeremy Borash says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here backstage, and I see here Charles Wright and Tony Mamaluke of the FBI. They're beating down Billy. They're beating him down. They have beaten down Billy. Billy, he might not be in any condition.
Don't do it.
To wrestle tonight.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Don't do it. Don't do it."
As we have here, Justin, the video package for Nora versus Toyota 2. Of course, Nora wanted a rematch against Minami Toyota, and Toyota, flat out said, no, you're not worth my time. I've beaten you once, and I'm going to beat you again if we have a rematch, so let's not have it. But Nora Greenwald, she was in a 4-on-4 women's tag team match that won, got a big win, and then those 4 women squared off in a number 1 contenders match for the women's championship. And even though Toyota said no, she didn't have much of a choice here because Nora was able to win that match too and essentially win her way back to the top of the women's mountain. And there's one last pillar to topple, and it's Minami Toyota. Can she right the wrong and get her win back from Starcade? Toyota versus Greenwald for the women's championship, Justin. Who do you got?
I'm gonna pick Toyota.
Interesting.
I think it's gonna be an easy beat down here. Yeah, come on now.
And about that good wrestling disreaction from the crowd, Minami Toyota defeated Nora Greenwald in 1450 with an Ocean Queen B-bomb, and Toyota makes defense number 2 of the women's title.
Come on now. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close.
And then Beth Phoenix music hits.
Oh.
Runs down to the ring, money in the bank briefcase at hand. Toyota is staring her down. Beth is staring her down. And then Beth gives her a little smile and says, "Not yet." Plays a little mind games on Toyota, faking a cash-in.
Oh. Boo. I want to see it.
Well, you're going to have to wait a little longer. We are backstage. Paul Heyman's with the United States champion, Big Daddy V. Tonight, they will square off against Chris Benoit in the Ultimate Rematch. If Benoit wins, he wins back his United States championship. And if Big Daddy V wins, Chris Benoit must join the Paul Heyman guys. And Paul Heyman says, tonight, no matter what, we're gaining a new member.
Is that true?
Maybe. Oh, yes, because Big Daddy V is going to destroy Chris Benoit. He says, but maybe, just maybe, we'll add a second member as well.
Oh, he has been scouting.
Yeah.
He has been scouting.
To our next angle, which will bring us into our next match. So on the flip side of that, the Wild Boys have had a real issue in these few weeks too. Of course, they all kind of got split up in this Battle Bowl tournament, and they just Chuck Palumbo. He's in the finals tonight, wrestling, teaming with Johnny Stampoli. Ken and Batista, they were not so lucky. Their teams did not win, and there's been a little bit of a beef there. And Chase Tatum, he's tried to be peacemaker here, but it's come down to a fight tonight. Ken Anderson and Dave Batista, they have some issues that they need to work out tonight, and they're looking to fight about it.
Yes, they are. Who's going to win, Chad?
Oh, well, who do you think?
Dave Batista. I didn't mean to click it.
That's okay. But yeah, it's in a bout with decent reaction from the crowd in Subpar Wrestling. Dave Batista defeats Ken Anderson in 741 with a spine buster.
There you go. Wow, Dave Batista. Get fucked, Ken Anderson.
And then after the match, Chase Tatum runs in to try to, rally the troops, console his team, and be like, okay, you get this out of your system. You guys all good now? And he goes to, high-five them. And both of them roll out of the ring and leave him hanging, Justin. They leave Chase Tatum in the ring. Just as both Ken leaves, doesn't say a word to Batista. Batista leaves, doesn't say a word to either of them. And Chase Tatum just kind of looks there looking like an idiot.
Oh, some dissension in this group, Chad.
Yeah, there's a little bit of beef there. This team is not good. At least as far as, mentally and, morale-wise.
Yeah.
As we see here, Big Show is on his way to the ring. He's fighting for the tag team titles, and it looks like he's going in alone. Billy is not next to him. And Chuck Palumbo and Tony Mamaluke, they attacked the Big Show on his way down to the ramp. And it was supposed to be Johnny Stampoli. Johnny Stampoli then runs in after
what's Tony Mamaluke doing?
After that, to get in the ring. And Chuck Palumbo and Tony Mamaluke, they've already injured Big Show with the attack down to the ring ramp. And it was a 2-on-1 assault here. Big Show, to be fair, he is a giant. He was able to hold his own a few times, but just, it just wasn't enough. And just when all hope looked lost, Justin, Billy's music hits as he runs down the ring and saves his friend, the Big Show, and saves his friend Big Show. And not only in the process, but Justin, he wins the tag team championships. This match stunk.
Well, yeah, you had Billy on limited involvement.
I did not mean to do that. He was supposed to be a last-minute entry.
That's limited involvement.
Is that what that is? Oh. Well, okay. But yeah, Justin, Big Show and Billy, they win the tag team titles.
Yeah, there you go. Big Show's done something.
And we see here the video recap of the last few weeks on the CM Punk and Hollywood Hogan front. Of course, CM Punk challenged Hogan to a match, and Hogan accepted. CM Punk has said Hollywood Hogan is everything wrong with WCW, while guys like Diamond Dallas Page, guys like Booker T, who are all talented wrestlers who all left because they were sick of being held down by Hollywood Hogan. All the guys like his good friends coming up here have all all been held down, and he's sick of it. And tonight, no one's going to hold CM Punk down as he finishes off Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And Hollywood says, you know what, Punk? I still got a lot of fight left in me. You say I'm everything wrong with WCW. I say I'm everything right about WCW. I've taken this company to new heights. I'm a goddamn Hall of Famer. And and tonight, we put some respect back in the name of Hollywood Hogan. Fans, bring the weapons. Justin, who do you got?
I'm going to go CM Punk. I think I'm going to go CM Punk.
Versus Hollywood Hogan. Well, Justin, and about that had great heat and good wrestling. Hollywood Hogan defeats CM Punk, and a fan brings the weapons in 9:32 after he hit CM Punk with an axe bomber as a steel chair was on top of CM Punk.
Ah, a steel chair.
Yes.
Interesting.
As Justin, it was reported on WCW.com this week that Kevin Nash and Scott Hall have signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they are leaving the company. This is their last night in WCW, and they stand in the ring, these three Hall of Famers, as they all too sweet.
I did not.
One last time.
Did not know they were leaving.
They're leaving. They're going to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Interesting.
And Justin, we have here, of course, this rivalry has gone back for months. Benoit, was at one point the world champ and the United States champion, and he kind of blames the downfall of his career on Big Daddy V, who injured him, took him out, took his belt. Benoit hasn't been right ever since, and behind the scenes, Benoit got strung out on drugs before their match, and that delayed it, but nothing's going to delay it tonight. Big Daddy V versus Benoit for the U.S. belt. Justin, what do you got?
I'm going Big Daddy V.
Okay, interesting. In an exceptional match, Big Daddy V defeats Chris Benoit with a big splash following interference from Minoru Suzuki. Big Daddy V makes defense number 5 of the WCW United States Heavyweight title. Justin, this means two things. This means now Chris Benoit is forced to join the Paul Heyman guys, but also,
True.
Justin, Minoru Suzuki, a man who was once managed by Paul Heyman, stands tall with Paul Heyman and Big Daddy V.
Yeah, holy shit, you're right. Wow, okay.
Move on to our next segment. We see the Paul Heyman boys standing tall. Paul Heyman, Big Daddy V, Suzuki, and their new begrudged member, Chris Benoit.
I hate this. And now our main event.
Shawn Michaels kind of recapped it already, but Shawn Michaels has been a thorn in Rey Mysterio's side. At one point, even ripped off Rey Mysterio's mask and has been wearing it around in a mocking term ever since. Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, they do battle one final time tonight. 1-on-1, Justin. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Rey Mysterio again, Chad. Why would Shawn Michaels win?
Interesting.
Why would he?
Well, that's a good question.
What?
And in about that sensational wrestling and fantastic heat, due to a distraction from Kendo, Shawn Michaels defeats Rey Mysterio in 25-23. Wins the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
What a waste. Poor Ray. Oh, poor Ray. Just won the belt just to lose it.
And after that match, Justin, Shawn Michaels and Kendo Kashin, they stand tall as Kendo Kashin rips his mask off and lays it at the feet of Shawn Michaels, as Shawn Michaels, with his new World Heavyweight Championship, proves just how good he is, as Kendo Kashin stands next to him as Battlebowl cuts to black, Justin.
Cuts to black here, Jen. Wow.
Yeah.
And 100. There you go.
Yes, we get a 100! Sweet God! Oh no!
So we have found out that if you add special sets to shows and shit, they up your ratings. So the fans have been clamoring for you to do that. So I've done that for you. And look, it gets you 100.
Oh, hell yeah!
There you go.
What a show! Best show of the year so far for WCW is Battlebowl 2003.
Well, now we know that works. So we go back to normal and see if we can get a regular 100 without that.
Shawn Michaels surprises people.
Yeah.
With some underhanded tactics, wins the World Heavyweight Championship.
Interesting. Big Show getting beat up. Billy getting beat up, still winning the belts. Get fucking job, Chuck Palumbo and you fucking goobers. We'll see you for next
Justin.
month's shows.
Yeah. No, we'll see you for Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, you're right. Royal Rumble is after this, isn't it? I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that I have to do the biggest show of the year.
That's gonna be crazy. I can't wait.
Who's your
I'll
prediction?
see you guys for Royal Rumble.
Who's
Who's
your
my prediction? I'm going. You know what? I've been team.